the trap! Eagerly I wait. Then I hear the crunching of the leaves. Granddad's getting closer. Over here, I called. So as you may have guessed, my speech is about possum hunting. Did you know that possums may be really cute, but in New Zealand they are a pest? We have over 30 million of them. Wow, that's like 7 possums per person. So to protect our environment and our wildlife, we need to keep the numbers to a minimum. So my granddad's job is to do just that. So let me fill you in on a typical day out possum hunting. First job, set the traps a day ahead. We set about 60 traps which covered 1 kilometre radius, so you got to be really fit for this job. Next we need to entice the possums towards the trap. My granddad's special recipe, which is flour, a few drops of aniseed, 1 Raro sachet, cinnamon, icing sugar, then mix it together and sprinkle it on the tree trunk. We then set traps nearby and put apples, carrots or fruit inside. So with hired legs, we head back to the woolshed. Yes, you heard me, a woolshed, but I described it as being 5-star. It had 2 stories, we slept up the top story, and the view was great, and it was so warm and cosy. Or was that just because the dog was in my sleeping bag all night? There was just no escaping that possum aroma. And entertaining, there were slides and cubbyholes everywhere, and lots of places to explore. But we couldn't play all day, we had work to be done. We're off on a night shoot. This is where Rusty comes in. While we're walking through the bush, the dog is up ahead searching for possums. Since possums are nocturnal, they're awake, so we use a special torch which reflects on their eyes. Then Granddad shoots them. Then we add it to our pile. They're actually quite heavy. That's probably because they spend the evening munching through tons of thousands leaf fruit and berries. So you might think it's cool shooting possums, but as I mentioned earlier, they are a pest, and unlike Australia, they have no predators here, so they are literally running wild and causing destruction. Well, after a successful night shoot, we head back to base for dinner, and just to keep up with the theme, guess what we had for dinner? Some possum stew. And yes, it was delicious. Thanks for asking. So it's up with the birds the next morning to check our traps. Possum in the trap! Possum in the trap! Another one for our collection. I chuck it on the back of the 4-wheeler. You must be wondering, what happens to these possums in our collection? Well, they are plucked with a diesel plucker machine, but if they're warm, you can hand pluck them. The fur is then sold, usually mixed with merino, but the majority of this is exported. And their bodies are used for pet food. So this just about concludes my speech, not your average weekend, but I'm not a girl to sit around. Fresh air, panoramic views, it doesn't get much better than that. Oh yeah, and did I mention I brought my baby possum home to show Mum? Mum was happy to see me, let's just leave it at that, eh? Note to self, please keep all living possums in the bush.